We have accomplished a lot in our relatively short time on Earth. We've sent humans to the moon and to live in space, developed massive and sophisticated telescopes to see the farthest reaches of the cosmos, and even rocketed rovers to Mars and probes to the edge of our solar system. However, a number of organizations have taken humanity's voyage into the final frontier a step farther. NASA, the European Space Agency, and the research collective behind the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, SETI, have been working tirelessly to find out if we are alone, once and for all. And despite our continuous efforts, we have yet to make contact. And that's a bit of a problem. Our solar system is very old. Given the size and age of our universe, it seems like we should have made contact. We, of course, have not. So where are they? Let's find out. Aliens are one of the most talked about topics in the space industry. The mere mention of extraterrestrial life generates ample amounts of interest from space fanatics. You must have heard a lot of chatter about aliens living among us. Some would even go as far as claiming that tech billionaire Elon Musk is an alien. But these are just theories. Apart from a few photos of UFOs released by the Pentagon, we don't actually have any solid proof. That is about to change. It's one thing reading about these theories on blogs and websites, but it's a whole other thing when the head of NASA, Bill Nelson, confirms that extraterrestrials are out there. In a recent press conference, when Mr. Nelson was asked if aliens exist, he answered, "The short answer is yes," but the longer answer is how big the universe actually is. He mentioned that NASA telescopes that are 1 million miles from Earth are collecting infrared spectrum light from 13.5 billion years ago. These rays traveled at roughly 300 million meters per second, or 186,000 miles per second. We know that the universe was created roughly 13.8 billion years ago, and it contains millions if not billions of stars and suns. We also know that there are billions of galaxies out there, each with millions or billions of suns. Is it possible that in such a vast cosmos, conditions similar to those on Earth might have arisen? Of course, it is possible, and it would be very naive of us to believe otherwise. That's where our highly advanced space telescopes come in. One of the main things that we will be using these telescopes is to identify a bunch of exoplanets that are already revolving around other suns. Mr. Nelson added that NASA will be able to have a closer look at these planets using the new James Webb Telescope, which was launched in December, and identify the chemical composition of their atmosphere, as well as determine if they can have a positively habitable environment. James Webb is the most powerful space telescope ever launched into space, bringing with it greatly increased infrared resolution and sensitivity. It is regarded as the spiritual successor to the Hubble Observatory. This means that the telescope will be able to observe things that are too far away, dim, or old for Hubble to detect, such as the universe's first stars and galaxies. This is just the beginning of our journey to solve the mysteries of the vast cosmos, and it's going to be a long one. Aliens, UFOs and life in outer space, these are some topics that will be ever ambiguous, and the answers to them would only be found once we come in contact with extraterrestrial life. But when will that happen? For years, conspiracy theories about UFO sightings around the world have surfaced, only to be debunked by experts later. Some also believe that the United States is in contact with aliens, and that's why the highly classified Area 51 remains inaccessible to the common people. But again, these are just assumptions. There is no concrete proof of extraterrestrial life, and for now it looks like we are alone in this vast universe, traveling in the ever-marching wagon of space-time. But things are going to change drastically. Years of research have unlocked many mysteries of the universe, but the question whether aliens exist remains unanswered. However, a former chief scientist from NASA believes that we will soon have a close encounter with aliens. Yes, you heard that right. Jim Green, who retired as NASA's chief scientist in January this year, told BBC, "Many of them are in places much like the Earth where we can receive the light from the sun and we can have water. And not only in liquid form, frozen form and vapor form. These are important conditions we believe for life." He added that they were making enormous progress, and the 40 years that he was in the space industry, they understood a lot of things they earlier couldn't. He also said that the James Webb Telescope would be able to help them analyze atmospheres of currently unreachable planets, and NASA would be able to tease us with some images of such planets. Jim called this a huge step forward and that we could see some astounding discoveries in the next handful of years. He also said that the telescope could help them compare the atmosphere of remote planets to the ones they already know about. We are going to be comparing these atmospheres to the ones we know. Are they more Venus-like? Are they more Mars-like? Are they more Earth-like? He said. These studies could be the key to answering the question, are we all alone in the vastness of this universe? It will be interesting to know what such studies reveal. They could also confirm if any of the UFO sightings in the past were real. Well, we cannot wait. All the best, Webb. Humanity is waiting with bated breath for your upcoming discoveries. Right, guys? What will be your reaction if and when we find out that we are not alone? According to statistics, humans are most likely not alone in the universe. Fermi's paradox can help us think about this possibility. Alien civilizations may have already arisen, prospered, and become interplanetary, given the abundance of stars expected to have planets like Earth, where liquid water, life, and a moderate atmosphere support life. Aliens may find traveling to other universes as simple as going from home to the nearest McDonald's. If this is the case, we may not need to colonize faraway worlds in order to meet them. They might make an attempt to contact us. It's both terrifying and intriguing to consider, but how will aliens communicate with humanity? What would be the most effective manner for a technologically advanced alien civilization to announce its arrival throughout the galaxy? It could be to make its star system's planets dance in a mathematical sequence. Many searches for intelligent life have been carried out thus far, such as probing for radio signals or megastructures around stars, but the results have been vague and have natural explanations. That's why a scientist from France has proposed that we hunt for planets orbiting in precise patterns that could only have evolved purposefully. Their hypothesis is that a highly evolved civilization could alter the orbits of planets in its solar system to serve as a beacon of its presence to an observer from the outside. The gravitational pull of asteroids might be used to slowly move planets into new places over thousands of years, causing them to have full orbits relative to one another in a specific fixed ratio, or resonance. Natural gravitational interactions produce such resonance. For example, Jupiter's moon Io completes 4 Jupiter orbits for every 2 Europa orbits and 1 Ganymede orbit, forming a 2-own resonance chain. Similar patterns have been observed in other star systems, although those in which the ratios of each body differ rather than creating chains have never been observed. As a result, the researchers believe aliens may organize their planets in sequences that are unlikely to occur naturally, such as a prime number series 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, etc., or the Fibonacci sequence 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, and so on. The researchers calculated that these orbits may persist for 20 billion years before losing resonance, even surviving the demise of their host star. The concept is similar to colossal structures on Earth, such as ancient Egypt's tallest pyramids, which were built to last beyond the lifetime of a civilization, Similarly, this beacon has the potential to outlast its creators. Even if we did uncover such a sequence, it wouldn't prove intelligent life, and it's possible that the civilization behind it has long since vanished. But the relics of it might still be found. So, would you like to travel to the other side of the universe, or stick with us here, at the edge of the universe? Until we meet again.